A very good morning to all of you. Hope all of you are fine. And we have talked about Bob Dylan. And in the first video, I have given a detailed introduction of him. And in the description of the video, I have given the links of this song by Bob Dylan and many other songwriters, musicians who really influenced Bob Dylan. So please go through those links. And now we are going directly to the poem. The times they are changing. Okay, it came at about 1964, and this we will go like stanza by stanza. So look through the lines. Come gather round, people, wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you have grown, and accept it that soon you'll be drenched to the bone. If your time to you is worth saving, then you better start swimming, or you'll sink like a stone. The times they are changing. So if you listen to the music, you can realize how fast and how rhythmically it goes, and it is the folk type. And the opening line itself, "Come gather round, people," is typical language used in the folk tradition of telling villagers to gather around, and there is something to announce new. Okay, some things are about to happen, so he is calling people. So this is like a call for people to unite, to come together, and to work for something. He calls everyone, "Come gather round, people, wherever you roam." Roam means wherever you wander around, wherever you are wasting your time. This is not the time to waste. You come and unite. It is a time to unite, to come together, asking people to gather around together, to unite. Okay, because some things are going to happen, and this we need to understand. The poem happens at the background of all the political upheavals during 1960s, where blacks, Afro-Americans were against racism. In southern parts of America, slavery still existed. So we can see famous figures like Martin Luther King on the road. They are calling, as I told you, Sam Cooke, such song musicians with their cultural shows, their songs, asking people to fight against the existing evils like racism, and there were inequalities. And especially America was in Vietnam, war with Vietnam, and they were losing people. They were investing money on war, and it irritated people. They wanted to stop the war, and like I said in the previous class, it has lasted for 19 years. So you can imagine how drastically the society have changed, and their mentality, and how fed up they were. And he asked, people need to see the flaws of the government, what is happening with racism and poverty. And when your country is in poverty, you can't go on with war. You have to help your people. So this happens with the civil rights movement, and he calls everyone to participate in civil rights movement. So he believed that existing system needs a change, and it is unjust. And now there is a change about to happen outside. So he calls everyone to stand up against these injustices. So and admit that the waters around you have grown, and accept it that soon you will be drenched to the bone. So the waters around you have grown. It is like flood. You are in a house, you are very protected. You think that you are very protected and safe, but suddenly flood occurs. Suddenly the waters are growing. The waters here suggest the evils of society, the evil changes in society that needs to be changed. So all the problems that we have said as the background of the poem, the song, you have to consider it as water, and the water is increasing. And we witnessed this when Kerala witnessed flood, how fast it was increasing, and people were struggling to get out of it. So the changes are like that. He tells that the evils of the changes that is happening is like, and admit that the waters around you have grown. This changes, it is growing around you. These changes are happening in our society, and it is growing very fast, and accept it that soon you will be drenched to the bone. So and now there is a change happening outside that stand up against the injustice. This is a change. People have started to stand up against all the injustices happening in America, and it is better you start swimming so that things won't end up worse. So everybody needs to fight against the system. So you have to remember the civil rights movement, black people struggle, Afro Americans civil rights movement, and this was a mass protest movement against racial segregation and discrimination in the southern states of United States of America. And it became a matter of national importance in 1950s. Okay, it has roots in its centuries long efforts of enslaved Africans descendants. They resist racial oppression and abolish the institution of slavery. So everything is there, and people have started fighting against it. So better you also start swimming the waters. The change has already occurred, otherwise you will be drenched the bone. You will be trapped in this change. You will not be able to accept the change that is happening. So Bob Dylan through his song tells to accept the change that is happening around us. The first stanza actually it sums up what this song actually represents. He asks the people to admit the waters around them. That means the change that has arrived around them. So water represents the powerful quality of it. It cleanses. It has a cleaning power. Okay, water cleans. So like that, this cleaning process of people fighting against the evils of society, the political establishment, the authority, it has started. So you will be drenched to the bone, otherwise you also start swimming. He calls everybody to participate in this movement. Okay, people don't accept the change, they'll drown in the past. They'll drown in the to the bone. That means they'll be completely drenched. അതായത് നിങ്ങൾ ഈ വെള്ളം ഇങ്ങനെ ഉയർന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. This water is equal to the change, all the changes that we have discussed. So if you don't change yourself, you will be drenched completely in the past. നിങ്ങൾ മുന്നേ കാലഘട്ടത്തിൽ ജീവിക്കുന്ന ആൾക്കാരായിട്ട് ജീവിക്കേണ്ടി വരും. Otherwise so you have to participate. He is calling all the people to participate in this civil rights movement and all the fight against the evils of society. Okay, and anti-war sentiment and civil rights movement, it was at its peak when he wrote it in 1964. So it is a call for change. So he wants everybody to come and unite and fight. If your time to you is worth saving, then you better start swimming, or you will sink like a stone. Otherwise you'll be completely forgotten, because there is this change happening. And the society is changing so drastically for a better future, for a positive lifestyle. So if you still support slavery, if you still support racism, that will be a thing of past. You are going to lead a old life. നിങ്ങളിങ്ങനെ പഴഞ്ചനായിട്ടിരിക്കുകയുള്ളൂ. You have to change yourself and fight with the people who are there on the street to change the system. You have to participate in it. For the times they are changing, because it is a time everybody is changing. Everybody is changing. The people outside are changing. They are trying to bring about a change in our society. So it is better you also participate in this fight. Otherwise you are going to get drenched. You will sink like a stone. Stone is a weighty substance. It goes down to the water. It has no quality to come up above the water. So if you believe in the old system, old age-old system of war and fight and racism, you will be like that stone under the water. So the people and the change will occur. That for sure. You will be left there in the past. So I hope you have understood this stanza. If you have any doubt, you can ask. You can ask in the WhatsApp group, and or you can ask it in the comments on YouTube. So I'll stop and proceed. I'll take stanza by stanza so that it is easy for you to follow, because longer videos have the problem to get downloaded, to get uploaded. So it's easy to stop, short, make it shorter. So I believe that you have understood the meanings of the words and the idea, the theme of the song. See you in the next class. In the next stanza we'll discuss. Thank you so much for listening.